Welcome back to the Crypto World channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and right now the Bitcoin price has seen another rejection from this line of resistance, but this is a deciding moment because right now the Bitcoin price is testing this important level for this previous falling wedge pattern, and the price is also coming into contact with some other important levels of support right now as well. And today is the 13th anniversary of the Bitcoin white paper, which is the single document that started the entire crypto world. I'm going to be covering all of that and more later in the video, so make sure you stick around all the way to the end so that you're not missing out on any of this important information. And just before we jump into it, you might as well hit the like button down below. And if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe with notifications turned on for more updates just like this every single day. But with all of that out of the way, let's get straight to what this video is about. So right here, we're on the Bitcoin US dollar chart on the 4-hour time frame. And as you can see here, Bitcoin is continuing with this small rejection from this line of resistance that we were taking a look at yesterday. And if you notice here on the 4-hour chart, we now have 3 touch points along this line of resistance, confirming this as at least a bull flag that is forming. Because when you simply zoom out on the chart, the short-term cool-off that Bitcoin is currently in and has been for pretty much the last 1.5 weeks is only that. It's only a short-term cool-off in the middle of a larger uptrend. And this is also known as a bull flag, as I was just talking about. So over the longer term, talking about the next few weeks and months, this can turn out to be a bullish pattern if we break resistance. But for the time being, technically speaking, we are in just an immediate short-term downtrend, because of course a downtrend is determined by lower highs and lower lows. But it's really important to distinguish between short-term and long-term, because even though I say we might only be just in a short-term downtrend, but I'm still actually really bullish on the larger trend, I still get some comments saying that I'm really bearish on Bitcoin, even though that's not the case, because these short-term downtrends in the middle of these longer-term uptrends, I actually use these as some buying opportunities to accumulate at cheaper prices. But anyway, with that being said, just measuring out the price target again for this bull flag, if we can see a break above resistance, which first of all, the resistance is actually coming in at around 61.7k approximately, but I'd like to see a break above this previous high just here, which is coming in at around 63,000 US dollars. And this is setting up a price target for Bitcoin all the way up at around 83 to 84,000 US dollars per Bitcoin, which from where we are right now, after we've just had that short-term dip to that price target, you're talking about a 38% gain for Bitcoin. So a huge opportunity. But of course, between now and then, we still have some other levels of resistance that we cannot forget about. The main one in the short term just being this resistance level coming in at around 62k approximately. And as for some support levels, well, at the time of filming this video, Bitcoin is getting pretty close to the $60,000 level of support, which Bitcoin did hold that level back here, and we also held that level back around here, and also back here as well. We saw multiple bounces along 60,000 US dollars. But if we start breaking well below 60k, then the next major level of support for Bitcoin is coming down towards 57 to 58,000 US dollars. That price range just down there. But of course, those lower price targets do not come into play unless we actually break below the $60,000 level, obviously. And just looking here at some horizontal levels of support right now, obviously that $60,000 level and also that $58,000 support level, I've just got those as horizontal lines here, and you can see that we have found a lot of confluence around those levels in the past. And as well, we have the 100 exponential moving average on the 4-hour chart, which is this yellow line just here, and that is currently coming in at just above 60,000 US dollars. So that's also acting as a little bit of short-term support right now, at least at the time of filming this video. But what we can see in the price oscillators at the moment, in particular the MACD on the 4-hour time frame, we've just seen a small bearish cross, as you can see. And the last 2 times that this has happened for Bitcoin, we did see a little bit of a pullback in the Bitcoin price, just placing some vertical lines at these previous bearish crosses in the 4-hour MACD. What we can see here is those bearish crosses came after we just saw a little bit of bearish price action, but we still had some more bearish price action to go, at least just in the immediate short term. And that's exactly what happened both of these times just here, the last 2 bearish crosses. And right now, once again, we've just seen a small bearish cross placing the vertical line right here, and we've already had a small pullback into that bearish cross just like the last 2 times, as you can see. So if this were simply to play out similar to the last 2 times, then we could see a little bit more of a dip just in the short term for Bitcoin before we eventually see some more gains later on. Obviously, nothing is guaranteed in the market, but that's just simply going off the last 2 times that we saw back here. But if you zoom out a little bit further, you can take a look at some other bearish crosses. For example, the one before this one just here, that ended up just being a sideways consolidation for Bitcoin before we entered continued gains to the upside later on. So that bearish cross, we didn't really see any bearish price action at all. And same with the one before that, as you can see back here, we basically just had a sideways consolidation. So when you factor in these other bearish crosses into the equation, what we know is basically the bearish crosses don't necessarily mean bearish price action. It just means a loss of bullish momentum. So we're not necessarily going to see a lot of bullish price action in the imminent short term. So it could be more likely that we'll see a bit more of a sideways consolidation or a slight pullback to the downside. And right now, Bitcoin is testing an importance level on the chart, at least at the time of filming this video. This is the previous line of resistance for this falling wedge pattern. And right now we're currently in the retest phase. So if we do see a successful bounce here, then that will end up confirming the breakout to the upside. But of course, if we start breaking back below this importance line, then that is how you know that this falling wedge has failed. And this was just a fake out. And that's when we can go with the option of this bull flag potentially playing out, as we have seen 2 recent rejections from this level. By the way, this important line right here that Bitcoin needs to hold above is currently coming in at approximately 60,000 US dollars. So basically, if we start breaking well below 60K, that is how I know that it's likely that Bitcoin will head down towards around 57 to 58,000 as the next major area of support. So those are basically the main points of resistance to the upside and support levels to the downside, and immediate support and resistance levels that I am paying attention to right now. And just to reiterate what I said earlier about the trend for Bitcoin, technically speaking, we are in just a short-term downtrend, a short-term cool-off, but we're still in a longer-term uptrend. The daily trend is not even close to be flipping bearish again. As you can see, September, for example, was a very bearish month, but even then, Bitcoin still had a very strong recovery after September. So when you simply zoom out, really no matter what happens here in the short term, pullback or not, I'm slowly dollar cost averaging into these lower levels to get myself ready for the next push to the upside. But of course, that's not financial advice. This is giving you guys an inside look of my strategy. And this is definitely something that I should add in this video, because today is the 13th anniversary of the Bitcoin white paper. 13 years ago today, Satoshi Nakamoto officially published this document, which was basically explaining exactly what Bitcoin is and blockchain technology and proof of work, all of that sort of stuff. And so basically this document right here was what really started the entire crypto world. Without Satoshi Nakamoto releasing this document 13 years ago today, we would not have Bitcoin, or at least it wouldn't be the same, and we would not have blockchain technology, or at least it would have taken a lot longer for us to get there. So either way, I'm sure we can agree on the fact that this document, the Bitcoin white paper, has changed history, considering the fact that the crypto asset class as a whole is worth over 2.5 trillion US dollars, and Bitcoin going from 0 to a $1 trillion market cap was the quickest that any asset has reached a $1 trillion market cap in history. And I'm sure a lot of you have already read the Bitcoin white paper, and if you haven't, then you can find this over on bitcoin.org, and I'll definitely recommend giving it a read. It's not even that long, and it gives you a very good understanding of what Bitcoin actually is, especially for the beginners out there that are just getting involved. And I've got to say, whoever Satoshi Nakamoto is, thank you for giving us this amazing technology and this entire new world of cryptocurrency, because since the release of this white paper 13 years ago, I am sure that a lot of lives have been positively impacted by crypto altogether. But anyway, that is everything that I have to say for this video. If you enjoyed, be sure to leave a like down below, and if you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe with notifications turned on for more updates just like this every single day. I really do appreciate all of your support on the channel at the moment. I can't thank you guys enough. And just before you click off, for the new viewers on the channel, make sure you're checking out one of these uploads if you haven't already. I've got a trading tutorial video in the top left, and I've got a passive income video in the bottom left. So if you're serious about making money in crypto, I'll definitely recommend checking out those videos if you haven't already. But anyway, that is really everything I have to say for this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.